Creating a new Facebook cover isn't that complicated, right? Just use a Canva template, they have everything lined up for you, it should be straightforward. However, there's always something misaligned when I upload my photo on Facebook. So nailing that Facebook cover isn't that straightforward after all, because it needs to look great on desktop and mobile. Well, in this video, I'm gonna give you a few tips to make sure your Facebook cover always looks great. Guys, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Since they invited me into their top teachers program, I became obsessed with Skillshare. And I'm proud to announce I have a couple of new classes coming to the platform very soon. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts in categories like design, illustration, AI, and emerging technologies, but also freelancing, productivity, and much more. It's really easy to use too. You become a member and then you can take as many classes as you like. And that's really something I like about Skillshare. If you have some time on your hand to learn, you can really go deep or wide without breaking the bank. You pay one time, you can consume all the classes you want. So whether your goal is to acquire new skills to advance your career, try something new and discover a new hobby, or maybe start a side hustle, I am sure Skillshare has some classes for you. I don't know about you, but for me, the back-to-school season in fall always inspires me to learn something new. Another cool feature that Skillshare recently introduced is their Learning Path. Learning Path are curated sequential class collections to master a specific skill or topic. For example, they offer a Canva Learning Path, which even includes one of my own classes. And I highly recommend this path. It's packed with some great courses to help you master Canva. Look, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, Skillshare is very special to me. I love that it's a platform designed by creatives for creatives. The instructors that I follow on Skillshare are all industry experts that master their craft, but they also seem like really cool people, like my kind of people I would like to hang out with. And the other thing that makes Skillshare a great platform is their learn by doing approach to teaching. When you start a class on Skillshare, you will be invited to create and share a project as part of the class, encouraging you to use your new skills. Now, this is great to receive feedback, and not only from the instructor, but also from the community of users on the project you've created. So it's not just learning, it's also doing, which, in my opinion, is the best way to remember what you've learned. All right, enough of me talking. This is where you take action. You will find a link in the description of this video with a 30-day free trial for Skillshare. That is 30 days during which you can take as many classes as you wish. Just use the link in the description. Oh, and be quick, because this promotion is limited to the first 500 people who will click on that link. So better do it now. All right, let's design our Facebook cover. Think about your Facebook cover as a billboard. If you could write anything on a billboard and show to the world, what would you communicate? What would you say? Well, that's exactly the exercise I want you to do before you start designing. So me, at this stage in my life, what I want to communicate is that purpose really contributes to make you happy. I just come back from a week in South Africa and I participated in the World Fair Trade Summit. We gave 2 workshops there, but also got the opportunity to network and exchange with some amazing people, change makers that are working hard to change things on this planet. So this really filled me up with joy and gratitude, and I felt exactly where I needed to be. Also, I just updated my profile picture for this one right here, so I think it's a good time for me to change this banner, okay? This one, it lived its life, it was nice to have, but I want to have something else that kind of matches the vibe of the moment. So let's go ahead and create that. All right, so now that I know what I want to put on my billboard, it's time to draw some inspiration. And there is no better place than the Canva Templates library. So from the homepage, just click on Template. So from here, which is the root of the template library, I want you to select social media. And then from here, we are going to look for a Facebook cover. So you see here, Facebook cover, landscape, that's what we need. So I'm going to click here. And Canva is immediately going to show me a bunch of Facebook cover designs. The first thing I like to do is to look at these designs, see if something catches my attention. Could be a font, could be a design, could be a layout, could be a photo. So this is nice, but I don't want to fall into the cliche quotes written in like cursive or handwritten font. Let's see if I can find something. Oh, this one catches my eye. I think the font here, not the photo, but the font on this design intrigues me. I like it. I would like to know what this font is called. So what I'm going to do is to simply click on that design. So Canva will open the document, which is exactly the dimensions of a Facebook cover, which is great. Let's head over to files and see these dimensions, 851 by 315 pixels. So that's one thing that I like about Canva. You don't need to research the dimension of a specific document type. The ones you find in the library should be exactly at the right dimensions. Okay, let me zoom out slightly so we can see what's going on here on this page. This is Architect's Daughter. All right, so this is a font I've used in the past. It looks great in all caps. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that here for now. Or by all means, maybe what I can do is to already insert my quote right here. So it says, purpose is key to happiness. I'm going to resize this box like so, keep it here for now. And for the rest, I'm going to delete the photo right here, and I'm going to insert a random color here. So just so that I can see my quote properly. And if I come back to the Canva template library, it's this particular font that caught my attention. But it could be something else. Like it could be a texture, it could be the layout of this, for example, with two Polaroid photos, could be some cool artwork or some cool graphic elements that you see in the background. Also, you can mix and match different templates. So sometimes the way I work, I open several of these templates in different tabs. And then when it comes to putting it all together in my design, my document, I can just grab some elements from this template and this template. So feel free to work like this if you feel like it. I kind of want like a minimalistic Facebook cover. So yeah, definitely I feel good about this choice. So let's come back to my document. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I don't really like the default spacing line height that Canva gives me on this text box. So let's reduce it. By default, it's 1.4. I like to work with 1.1. Purpose is key to happiness. Maybe I will try to even out these spaces here. Purpose is key to happiness. Let's have a dot at the end of the sentence. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna put it centered and stick this box, you see this text box, to the right safe zone limit right here. All right, so we've drawn some inspiration from the Canva template library, but what about the people we follow, the creators we follow? If you don't know what they are, the Canva creators are people, designers that contribute designs to the Canva template library. So if you go to your templates tab right here, scroll all the way past all of these categories of templates, and let me collapse the template all together. This is the view you should see when you click on your templates tab. This item right here that says creators you follow, when you click on it, and obviously if you are already following some Canva creators, should lead you to this page. I have 21 creators I follow right here. So yeah, let's go back to this place. Let's check on the work that these creators are doing, because otherwise, what's even the point of following these creators? You follow them because you like their work. So come back regularly to that creators you follow button and check what they are doing. So I'm looking for one person, one creator in particular. It's not Diana. Sorry, Diana, this time it's not for you. The person I admire when it comes to design is my good friend, Roger Coles, my social designer. And I know I follow Roger right here. There you go. This is Roger's profile. So I'm going to click on his name, on the company name, and see what are the latest templates that Roger, my social designer, has been creating here, because he always creates cool stuff. So he has this series of posters of kind of like horror movies. I'm looking at the fonts particularly, like the typography and what he does with typography, or how he displays like specific messages on his work. Let's see if I see something. I like this with the shades. This is pretty cool. This is also interesting. Keep scrolling. Oh, I really like this one with the word glory kind of like laid out in a funky way. This is really cool. I could use something like this for the word purpose, but it's a longer word, so might not work. I could use that. I'm not a fan of this type, but I like the way he uses the duct tape to just like make it pop on the design. So I'm going to open this design. There are a few things you can do. For example, I could Control-C this piece of duct tape and come back to my design. What I'm going to do is to duplicate the page every time I add some new elements. I'm going to paste that. You see it's all big here. I'm going to reduce that obviously and start working with it. So one way I could do this is to simply have my text on top of this piece of tape. Okay, so position button. I'm going to bring this forward, slightly rotate it. Can I make this look nice? Maybe I need to change the alignment. No, maybe I need to change the way the words are cut out right here, make that bigger. This doesn't really pop, so let me try something else. I'm going to click on that piece of duct tape and use the three little dots right here. What I'm looking for is the info button. If you don't see it when you click on the three little dots, make sure you scroll down all the way down this contextual menu, because it's right there. It's the last item on this menu. So click on it. This will lead you to the information about this specific element, this specific graphic in the Canva library. Okay, so gray duct tape isolated. You have a few keywords right here that you could use to search for more, or you could click on see more like this, which is what I'm going to do. And now Canva is going to show me a collection of different pieces of duct tape. You see the same duct tape with different creases. So there's not only this one, but you can find more than this one. Also like a piece of kind of like folded or creased paper. This could be a good idea as well. Let's keep that. I like this too, like the plastic bag to kind of give your piece of designs a different texture. So maybe I use that, maybe not. Go back to elements. Yeah, I like this effect of the paper like so. Maybe I could have something like this and then my message on the paper to create more contrast, but then this time it needs to be maybe darker, kind of like this. And then the piece of tape would be there, kind of like using the position button to bring it forward, kind of like sticking that piece of creased paper on my Facebook cover. So this is nice. I think I'm going to group everything, but I'm not super happy about this piece of paper. Maybe I can find more. Let me do the same thing. Click on it. I'm going to ungroup for now. Sorry for grouping and ungrouping immediately. Let's say info button, see more like this. Okay, I'm looking for more pieces of paper that I could potentially use for my design. Okay, maybe I try something else. I will write torn paper. Yes, let's see all under graphics. Okay, this could be cool. I like the shadow effect on this one, but it's a little bit too long. So what I'm going to do, where is this one? This one right here. I'm going to click on the three little dots here and oh, there's a collection. Maybe I could see. Perfect. Look at this, guys. Found a gold mine of torn paper. All right, so let's work with this. Let's iterate. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with this one for now. Make it slightly smaller. Bring my piece of tape, position it again forward. Now, all I need to do is to grab my text and position it exactly where I want it. I feel like this could be cool. Split into 3 lines. Then I need a piece of paper which is more like square. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's use this one. This one will work better because then I can stretch that message a bit better. Perfect. Let's bring the tape one last time. Here, position it on top of the paper and select the paper and the quote, move it down a bit, and I'm going to rotate this piece of duct tape so it looks a bit more natural on this piece of paper. Okay, so this is what I have. I'm gonna make it slightly smaller and keep it like so for now. All right, I feel like I have something interesting now. Purpose is key to happiness. Can I make this bolder? Not particularly with this font. I cannot really make the font bolder. You see, it doesn't give me the option to bold it. There is no attribute for bolding architect's daughter. However, what we could do is to duplicate it once and twice. Does it make it look thicker? Not really. So sometimes this works, but in this case, it didn't. All right, let's leave it there. Right, now what I need to do is to make sure this design will work well with my new profile picture. So let's do that. Let's come back to Facebook. This is the profile picture. So what I'm going to do is to click on it, and I'm simply going to screenshot. This profile picture doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, just screenshot it, come back to Canva, and then grab that and just dump it onto your design. This one, if I remember correctly, was in a round frame on Facebook. Let me check. Yep, so it's in a round frame. When you look at it from your page, it's like next to your name in a round frame. And when you look at it on mobile, let me grab my phone here. When you look at it on your mobile, you'll see that the picture takes a more prominent space, covering a big part of this banner, of this cover right here. So make sure you work with both your phone and your computer right there with your Facebook profile open, and you need to kind of figure out a layout that would work on both your mobile and your desktop version of your Facebook profile, right? So this is our challenge for now. Like, we first need to nail the consistency. The two pieces of design, your Facebook profile picture and your cover, they need to work together. They need to tell a story together to have a bigger impact. Right now, I can immediately see that this pink background doesn't make it for me, doesn't cut it for me. And if I look at my mobile again, like, I can see that my bubble takes about a third of the space right here and a little bit more than half of the space in height. Okay, so let's put it like so. At the moment, it's okay if it's a square, not a round profile picture. It's not going to stay there. I just need to kind of see where I am. And again, I'm going to duplicate this page because I promised that every iteration of my Facebook cover is going to have a different page. Okay, so you can see at the end of the tutorial what are the steps we went through. Okay, so let's change this background because it doesn't work at all. So for this, I have an idea. I kind of know that there are some cool gradient backgrounds in the Canva library under photos. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be searching for. Under elements, okay, search for yellow gradient. Okay, yellow gradient. Okay, and what you want is a photo. So go ahead and find that. So you want something that could work together with your photo right here. So this one could do the trick, definitely could do the trick. I kind of want a warmer gradient, so it could be this one instead. I think warmer is better. This one could also work. You see, this one is more subtle, like the first one is more subtle. This one is warmer around the edges. So it's really a question of taste. I'm gonna go with this one right here. I could have gone with something like this with some texture or patterns. It's really up to you. So me, I've selected this one. So what I'm going to do with the background, with the gradient selected, I'm going to right click and replace the background. There you go. So now this is what I have. If you double click on it, you can move up and down, but I was fine with the way it was. So the gradient exactly at the middle, we see the radial kind of like light right here. I want to keep it like so. Okay, this is taking shape. This is looking good, guys. I like how we are progressing. So yeah, let's move on to the next step. All right, now the last step in creating the perfect Facebook cover is really to nail the alignment, okay? We've said it before, your Facebook cover will look different from a mobile than from a desktop. It's normal. There are two very different screen sizes. So in order to do so, we kind of need to start somewhere, right? So coming back to my design right here, I'm going to iterate one more time, duplicate the page. I'm going to keep my profile picture for now, okay? But this will not be on the final design that I download. But yeah, so the first thing I will do is to select all the elements of this message and group them, okay? Now I can move this as one single element. I feel like I want it centered, okay? Like on this line that you see here, meaning it's centered. But the problem and the challenge here is to see where do I position this element on my design. Let's collapse the object panel so we have more space here. Where do I position position it so that it looks great both on mobile and desktop. Okay, my gut feeling, since my profile picture will look like that on mobile, it feels like it needs to be a little bit to the right? So I'm gonna start with this. What about sticking it to the margin here? It seems like too far. So I'm gonna start about where it was on the previous page, to be honest. It was pretty good. I'm gonna start about here. Okay. Now, once you're good to go, what I suggest is that you use a guide. You see I have my rulers already turned on. If they're not already turned on, File, Settings, Show Rulers and Guides. Okay, so me, it's already turned on, so I can just grab a guide and I'm going to position it right here, and another one right where my torn paper starts and finishes right here. Not the entire design. You see this purple frame? Not this, but just like the edge of the paper starting from the top. Okay, so this will help you fine-tune, because it's probably not going to work the first time. I probably didn't nail the alignment from the first time, but let's work with this. Okay, so now page 6, I can delete this profile picture and export this first iteration of my Facebook cover. So let's go ahead, go to the share button, download. So format, me, I like to work with PNG. And because I'm using my Canva Pro account, I can scale up that PNG. I'm going to show you why it's good to actually have this option to scale it up, to upsize, or to bump the resolution if you wish. The first photo, the first image that I'm going to download is the standard resolution, 851 by 315. Okay, let's go ahead and download page 6. Make sure you enter your page number, otherwise Canva will download every single page of your document, which will be annoying later. So, okay, downloading page 6, it's downloading. Okay, so it's right here in my documents. If I preview it, this is what it looks like. Okay, I can double click so you can see for yourself. This is about the right resolution. You see it's a little bit pixelated. If I zoom in, you see how this is pixelated? Let me show you from closer up. You see it's quite pixelated. All right, so we come back to the original size. So this is why I would recommend that you bump this resolution. Okay, it's probably gonna look okay on Facebook, but since you have the choice, if you have a Canva Pro account, and I'm gonna leave a link in the description to our 30-day free trial for trying Canva Pro for free for 30 days. This is our affiliate link, so if you use it, if you consider maybe upgrading to Canva Pro, please use that link. We'll get a little commission and you will get your 30 free days. So if you are on a Pro account, what you can do is to bump that resolution. So same thing, go to download, but you see this slider here, the size, right now it's size 1. What I'm going to do is to bump this all the way up. So now I kept the same aspect ratio. So when I upload it to Facebook, it's not going to be like misaligned or anything. It's the same aspect ratio. So it's just going to look crisper on Facebook. All right, so now current page 6. I love that Canva kind of saved my download preferences, and I want to show you the difference between the highest resolution and the default resolution. Okay, it's here. So again, I'm gonna come back here. So you see, this is the highest resolution, the one with the little 1. Let me show you. Now, this is what I get compared to this. And these are the sizes. If I zoom in on this one, you will see that it's not pixelated like it was on the other one. It will become pixelated if you keep zooming in, but nobody's gonna see it that big on their Facebook. It's gonna look like so, like the way it shows you when you just click it and open it. So right here, this versus this. So much better resolution. Okay, so now I have something to test. I kind of need to go to Facebook and try it, right? See if it's properly aligned. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, I'm here back on my Facebook profile. What I would recommend, if you can, and probably everybody here can do that, but I would not try it directly on my profile. The reason why is that there's a good chance this photo is not properly like aligned. This message will need some fine tuning. So if you upload it, people will see a notification that you uploaded your Facebook cover, and then you will need to upload another one. So this notification will keep on popping on your feed and it doesn't look very professional. So what I like to do, you see, I have different Facebook pages that I manage. I like to go to this one, Go Social, which is an old project. You see, I have 14 followers, and this is the page I use to test my Facebook Facebook covers, right? Nobody is going to notice because this is an old project. And by all means, the Facebook covers are the same on a page and on your personal profile. So absolutely no difference. Now, if you don't have access to a Facebook page to test your new cover, you can create one. It's really easy to create a Facebook page. You don't need to share it with anyone. It's just for you to test your new designs, okay? So now I have my design. I have this dummy page that I can use. I'm going to click on edit the cover and upload a photo. And I'm going to upload this one right here, the one with the highest resolution. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. All right, so there's no need to drag to reposition because it's exactly at the right dimension. I'm going to save changes. And now this is how it looks. Okay, so I would say that on the desktop, looks great. Okay, it's pretty much centered. I like the positioning. The button right here is not covering any important detail of that design, but the true test is the mobile test. So this is exactly what I'm saying. This design is just way too much to the right side of my screen. It doesn't look good at all on mobile. So what appears to look good from your desktop doesn't look good on mobile. So this is what I was referring to at the beginning of the tutorial. It's not that easy to nail your Facebook cover. So let's go ahead and fix that. We don't want a cover that looks like this, knowing that most people will visit your profile from a mobile device. So no good. Let's go back to the drawing board. All right, so iterate, okay? Duplicate the page. Okay, I have a fresh page right here. Let me grab my phone and check kind of where my design needs to go. Okay, so what I had pretty much was just the H right there. I had about this visible on my mobile. Okay, so let me try something different here. I'm gonna center this whole thing, see if maybe if I center it, I'm gonna move the guides so I have my reference for the next iteration if I need one. Okay, let's download page 7. Now it's just going to be a boring game of fixing a few millimeters, downloading, uploading it there, and just seeing if the layout is properly done. That's quite boring, but it is a necessary evil, I believe, if you want your cover to look profesh. All right, so I have it. So what I'm going to do to head back to Facebook, edit that cover, upload a new one, and go for the design number 2 right here. It's gonna upload. Okay, save changes. And now I'm gonna grab my phone and I'm just going to drag it down on my phone and refresh and see what happens. Okay, this is not too bad. So now I have my design quite centered, I would say, on that banner. And you see that it's not properly at the center of it. It is at the exact center of my cover on my desktop, but not on the mobile. I see the big profile picture. You need to imagine it with my profile picture with the yellow background and my photo, but this is good. I'm going to move it a few centimeters to the right just for the sake of doing it. All right, let's go back to Canva, create one last iteration, and yeah, I'm gonna select that and move it. I'm gonna hold my Shift key and go with my right arrow once, maybe twice. Okay, let's do this and let's try that. I'm not gonna delete the first marker, the first guide. I'm just going to add another one in case I need to go back to the previous one, which was already okay. But I want to try this page 8. Okay, it's done. Save changes. I'm gonna refresh here on mobile. There you go. All right, now I'm happy with this. I think we can stick with this version, guys. So what I'll do, I will now switch my profile back to Ronnie Hermosa, aka my public profile, my Facebook user account. And I'm gonna click on edit cover, upload photo, make sure I choose the right version. So this one is the number 3 right here, upload it. Should look good. All right, save changes, and there you go. Now I have uploaded this new cover. All I need to do is to test it one last time from my mobile. So this is the moment of truth. And there we go. We have something that looks great. I think this looks really great. Yeah, I'm happy with this. This is where we are going to end the tutorial. All right, so these were my simple steps for nailing your Facebook cover every single time. You see, it's a little bit of trial and error, but it's worth it, in my opinion, when you have so many people like discover discovering you from their mobile device. You cannot afford to have your design like all the way to the left or to the right or up or down. It needs to look spot on. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it here for today. Make sure you check the free trial for Skillshare in the description. Try it, like try our classes there. They are you won't regret it. And I'm gonna leave you with this other tutorial, an easy tutorial bit for you to watch next.